Hello everyone, it is your favorite kind of punch, Mr.FalconPunch99, the underrated king, the recommendation master, and of course YouTube's #1 DARKJOKER fan man, back to bring you guys another new video. And this video is extremely late, and I do apologize for that, and this video is for the manly anime tag created by DARKJOKER99. And I do apologize to Dark Joker since this is the last video for Macho March, which is quite saddening. However, this is a good video to celebrate its ending, as we have 25 manly questions. Question number 1, the manliest anime character, and that goes without saying, it has to be Kenshiro from Fist of the North Star, since Kenshiro is pretty much the mascot for manliness. Question number 2, the manliest anime villain, and I have to go with another Fist of the North Star character, which is Rao. The dude is so manly, so badass. I mean, even his horse, his freaking horse is manly, and his last battle with Kenshiro is probably one of the manliest things I've ever seen in my life. Question number 3, the most manly woman in anime and manga, and for me it has to be Noi from Dorohedoro, since Noi has big hulking muscles, and not only that, she has that manly fighting spirit, and she's constantly ready to fight the strongest enemy out there. And plus, one of her most manly moments actually happened earlier on in the series, where she's getting shot at by this one guy and she's just taking all the bullets, and then just proceeds to beat everyone in the room senseless by just knocking their skulls against the wall. Question number 4, the most badass old dude of anime and manga, and I have to go with Oyaji from Oyaji. I mean, an alternate title to his series is Badass Grandpa, and you know, the title kind of speaks for itself. But really, Oyaji is a really just extremely manly character, and the lengths he goes for to protect his family is just incredible. Sadly, I wasn't able to review the manga like I planned for this Macho March, but you guys definitely need to check out that series, as I did do a recommendation for it last Macho March. But it is a really manly series, and also pretty sad, and it will definitely give you those manly tears. Question number 5, what anime character would you like to have as a bro? And definitely Kamina from Gurren Lagann, because you know, he's just the type of character you'd want to have as a bro. You know, someone you want to hang out with, he'll always support you with his manly quotes and everything, and he'd be a cool person to go on adventures with. And also another character I think would be cool to have as a bro is Onizuka from GTO, since I know he wants to be the GTO, but he could also be the GBO, Great Bro Onizuka, since even though he does teach his students, he does kind of hang out with them more like a bro than an actual teacher, so there's that. Question number 6, what is your favorite manly team up? And for me, it still has to be Lupin and Jigen, since I don't know why, these guys are just really good partners in crime. Question number 7, favorite manly quote. And you know, there's plenty to choose from. I mean, there's the classic, "You're already dead," various JoJo quotes. However, there's this one little quote from an underrated manga series known as Destruction Princess, and it has this really awesome manly quote that goes like this: "World domination is manly." And to add to the greatness of that quote, it was said by the American president in that series. Question number 8, your favorite hot-blooded anime character. And for me, it has to be Joseph Joestar. If you guys have been watching my videos for a while now, you know Joseph Joestar is one of my favorite JoJos. I mean, the guy is incredibly awesome. Question number 9, your favorite super robot show. Now, to be honest, I haven't watched that many super robot shows, but so far I really like Mazinger Z. Question number 10, the most inspiring anime character. For me, that has to be Ippo from Hajime no Ippo. I mean, everything about his passion and determination for boxing just really inspired me and actually made me work harder in school and even just work out more, which is pretty awesome for an anime character. Question number 11, the most inspiring quote from an anime manga character. And I can't really think of a specific quote on top of my head, but I think almost anything Kamina or Gintoki have to say is pretty inspirational for me. Alright, question 12, favorite moment of manly tears. And that has to just be all the manly tears moments in Fist of the North Star. I mean, Fist of the North Star may have not invented manly tears, but it really did make it iconic. Question 13, manliest anime opening. Now this one is really hard. I was going to say the first opening for Fist of the North Star, because that is the most classic manly opening you could have. And I'm just going to go with the first opening from the 2012 JoJo series, since there's just something about that opening that always gets my blood boiling. It just makes me want to punch something in a good way. Question 14, the most manliest / badass character theme song. For me, that has to be Cobra the Animation's Cobra the Space Pirate, since this opening really sells you on Cobra being one of the coolest motherfuckers around, which is kind of true, but that song, man, just listen to it. It just sells you on Cobra. Question 15, the most badass anime soundtrack. Now this is a pretty hard question, but I think almost every manly series has a badass soundtrack, so there's that. Question 16, the most manly voice actor. Now there are 3 voice actors out there that I think are extremely manly. I mean, first off, we got Akira Kamiya, who voices Kenshiro, who, earlier I said was one of the most manly anime characters out there, but he also voiced other manly characters like Kinnikuman and Ryo Saiba. Then there's also Daisuke Gori and Ginga Bancho, who probably have some of the deepest voices I've ever heard. Like, these two just have some of the manliest voices I've ever heard in my life. Question 17, an 80s action film you'd like to see as an anime series. Now I haven't seen this film, but I saw a trailer for a while back for the movie called Samurai Cop. This really bad 80s action B movie that, from what I could gather from the trailer, is about this cop in America who could speak Japanese and likes going around singing around a samurai sword. And that right there sounds like an amazing anime. Also, I'm not really sure if it's considered as an 80s action movie, but I think a Godzilla anime is something we really need, because we have plenty of super robot animes, but what about super monster anime? I want some kaiju on kaiju action, and what a better monster to go with than God freaking Zilla. Question 18, the most manly / badass person in real life. And while this person sadly isn't alive today, I think Bruce Lee is probably one of the most manly and badass people ever. I mean, after all, he's inspired countless fighting game characters and was sort of a template for Kenshiro, which, that's pretty damn manly already. Question 19 basically has me compare the person I picked for a manly person in real life and compare it to my manly anime character, and you know what? Even though Kenshiro has gone through a lot and probably has done more manlier things than Bruce Lee, but I do think they're about equal. I mean, after all, Bruce Lee did inspire Kenshiro. Question 20, an anime you'd like to see starring a real life badass. And for me, I'd like to see a Chuck Norris anime just so I could just see all those crazy over the top Chuck Norris jokes and facts just play on screen, because that would be the coolest shit ever. Question 20, which manly character would you like to see in Mortal Kombat, and what would their fatality be? And I would just love to have Kenshiro in Mortal Kombat. I mean, I was slightly hoping he'd be a DLC for the new Mortal Kombat game, however, sadly, that's most likely not going to happen anytime soon. But really, he fits Mortal Kombat pretty well. I mean, he's a martial artist and has a really gory martial art. I mean, Hokuto Shinken was like made for Mortal Kombat. I mean, his fatality could just be him blowing people's minds. And while the question didn't ask for it, I mean, hell, he could have a pretty sweet X-ray of Hakuratsu Ken. Question 22, the most unmanly character. And for me, it's not just one character, but it's a specific group of characters. That's just by shonen characters as a whole. Question 23, least favorite character in a manly series. Komatsu from Toriko. And this I don't really need to explain. Question 24, if you were to have Kenshiro Hakuratsu Ken a character as well as a person in real life, who would they be? As for characters, I just have Kenshiro Hakuratsu Ken every single tsundere in anime, because if you watch my previous videos, you know that I have a very strong hate for tsunderes. As for people in real life, just any bullies I've had would be great to see get Hakuratsu Ken. And question 25, explain a manly moment you've had in real life. And there was this one that actually happened when I was in 5th grade, when I got into my first and, well, I guess pretty much last fight in school. Generally, I'm a pretty non-violent person, and my parents have always told me never to hit someone unless they've hit you first, and I followed that rule pretty well. And there was this bully who was on my case for almost 2-3 years, and he was just giving me a really hard time, and finally one day he just decides to smack me across the head. So with that, I just punched him in the gut, and I thought we were going to actually get into a real fight, but that one punch to the gut actually had him on the ground. And that was probably because, it was just after lunch, so that was probably one of the worst places to hit him. But I basically finished the fight just like that, and I always thought that was probably one of my more manlier moments out there. Though I might have ruined the moment since I didn't want to get in trouble, and I did feel kind of bad, so I got out some of my leftover Oreos and tried giving it to him, so kind of looked like I was bribing him with Oreos, so yeah, I kick people's asses and then I give them some Oreos. As with most tags, it's time to tag people. As always, most of the people I usually tag have already been tagged. So to you guys who are watching this video and want to do the tag, feel free to do so. And since he didn't answer any of the questions in his video, I might as well tag the creator of this tag, DARKJOKER99 himself. And with that, it is time to end this video. As always, I am Mr.FalconPunch996. Like, comment, subscribe, and we completed another year of Macho March. Like last year, this Macho March kind of failed, and I do apologize for that. I promise, like I really do, the next Macho March will probably be the manliest yet. But till then, peace out and stay